I know it. Hi there, I'm Jimmy Dean, and this is I've Got a Secret.
I've Got a Secret, brought to you tonight by... the new Polaroid automatic camera for finished pictures in 10 seconds. Now here is I've Got a Secret, starring, while Gary Moore is on a week's vacation, Henry Morgan.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you. That's very kind. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Gary took his much-deserved Emmy away for vacation, and I'm sitting in here because he didn't take me. And before we meet our contestants for tonight, let us meet our panel. First, there is beautiful Bill Cullen, and then handsome Betsy Palmer. Sitting in the handsome Henry Morgan is handsome Buddy Hackett, who is the comedy star in the new MGM Cinerama motion picture, The Wonderful World of the Brothers Grimm. And finally, there's lovely Bess Meyerson, and that's our panel. Buddy, Henry Morgan told me to tell you he's very thankful that you're sitting in for him tonight.
Oh, well, if you run into him, tell him it's a nice hot seat, and I'm glad to try to keep it that way for him. And it's nice to be surrounded by two nice ladies here.
We're bevies, aren't we?
You sure are, bevies, all right.
I hate to interrupt, but is everybody ready to play the game?
Not really.
Not really. Now may we have our first contestant, please? Good evening, sir. Will you tell us your name and where you're from?
John Heitch from Madison, Wisconsin.
Mr. Heitch, if you'll whisper your secret to me, we'll show it at the same time to the people at home. Yeah, and tell me more. Panel, to help you classify the secret or to confuse you, this concerns something he did. And Betsy, why don't we start with you?
All right. Mr. Heitch, you sound as though you have friends in the audience. Have you tonight?
Yes, I do.
And they're male?
Right.
All right, then are you a part of the armed services of any sort?
Yes.
That's that crew cut that gives you away. Is it the Navy, since the Navy is that area out around Chicago?
No.
No. Is it the Marine Corps?
No.
Army?
No.
Or the Air Force.
Air Force?
Yes.
Did you have, there you are, did you have something to do with our latest astronaut who went up?
Yes.
Went out. Well,
That's $20 down and not too far to go. Buddy Hackett.
Well, I see that you're from Madison, Wisconsin, which is the heart of the dairy belt where they make a lot of cheese. And you're in the Air Force. Therefore, used to weapons. Do you take a heavy caliber machine gun and shoot holes into the Swiss cheeses?
No.
No. Do you drive a helicopter?
No.
Are you part of a helicopter crew?
No.
Is your crew cut a part of another crew?
I don't even know what the question was. Make it
Crew
either way.
cut a part of another crew. That's what I want to know.
Yes.
Now, we established that you had something to do with the astronaut.
Yes.
Did you have something to do with his re-entry?
No.
Did you have something to do with after splash?
Yes.
At 40 down, 40 to go, and we splash over to Bess Meyerson.
And was it several hours after Splash that you, John, had something to do with rescuing Scott Carpenter?
No.
Technically, I
not
guess the answer
directly,
is no.
But did you have something to do with that part of the operation, the rescue operation?
Yes.
Yes. Now, do we have to find out specifically what part you played?
Yes.
Were you in a vehicle? In the air?
Yes.
All right.
That's 60 down and one shot left, which is Bill Cullen, and I know we're going to make it.
I don't know, because what's that buzzer now?
Buddy just sent that to you.
Did you flew the plane that spotted Scott?
No.
Were you one of the paramedics who jumped into the... Were you one of the paramedics who did jump out into the thing? when he
Yes.
was in the raft? Thank you.
Billy, I knew I had faith in you. Yes, last Thursday, Airman Heitch was the first person to reach Scott Carpenter there in the ocean. Airman Heitch, when you reached the commander, what did he say to you?
How did you get there?
You couldn't have been a surprise to him.
Right, I was surprised. When I parachuted out of the aircraft, he did not see me at this time. And I was, when I hit the water, I was about 35 yards behind him. After I got rid of my parachute, I swam underneath the water up to the capsule. And when I reached the capsule, his raft was right next to the capsule, and I just reached up over the raft and tugged at his arm. And this was very surprised.
And Scott Carpenter looked down and he says, "Hey, how's the water?"
The fact is, when we were talking about this before, what Scott actually did say, what the commander did say was, "What are you doing here?" Is that so?
I have to be here, but you.
Yeah. Did he seem relaxed to you?
Right, he seemed very relaxed to me. After that, I got into my one-man raft, and we exchanged a few words. Then he asked me if I wanted any water. And I says, yes, I could use a drink. So he gave me a drink out of his little survival kit. And then he offered me food. And
Were you in the water all this time? Because there was only room for him in the raft.
I had a raft of my own, the same type of raft. And I got into my own raft.
Well, now, this I'm sure is going to fascinate you. Pardon me. Not that, what comes up now. Now, a lot of people possibly think that jumping out of a plane is a simple thing. You just jump out and there you are. Let's see how much equipment is needed in this particular type of operation. Let's meet Staff Sergeant Ray McClure, who was Airman Heitch's partner, who also parachuted into the ocean to help Scott Carpenter. I've got to tell you, he's miserable hot in this rubber survival suit. Mr. Heitch, would you explain what some of this equipment is?
Well, first of all, up here on his neck, here we'll bring this around, is a face mask that we use. Then right underneath here, you can see the rubber yellow tube here, which is his lung. This is a breathing tube. We have your tanks, scuba tanks, our main parachute, a reserve parachute, which fits right on the front. The knife we carry, our boots, and of course the fins.
Now, you wear all this when you jump from the plane.
That's right, sir.
What does it weigh?
It weighs 130 pounds.
Oh, boy, and he is perspiring now, I must tell you. Would you tell me what kind of training you have to be a part of this outfit?
Well, you have to be a parachutist.
Of course.
And a scuba diver. You get checked out in training in medical, survival under Arctic, desert, jungle, and the sea, and skiing and mountain climbing.
That's all you have to know. Incidentally, I'm sure you'd be interested to know that Sergeant McClure received the Air Medal for having assisted in the recovery of 2 Discoverer satellites also. To the two of you, and certainly to the rest of the Air Sea Rescue Service, for your wonderful work, not only this time, but for the past 16 years. The congratulations sincerely from all of us. Thank you very much. I don't get kicks easy, but I got one out of that. What did I do with my equipment? I know that we're going to meet our next contestant, if you please. Nice to see you. Won't you sit down, ma'am, and tell us your name and where you're from?
Mrs. Gerard Curtis from Rockport, Mass.
From Rockport, Mass. And Mrs. Curtis, if you'll tell us your secret, we'll show it at the same time to people at home. Wait, I have a feeling there's a little more to that. To help pacify Mrs. Curtis's secret, the clue concerns something about her house. Something about her house. And we'll start the game with Betsy.
Again with me?
Why not? You're cute.
All right. Mrs. Curtis, does it have to do with your house the way it stands presently?
Yes.
Does it have to do with the age of your house?
No.
It's not a house that is historical, then, as far as...
No, not historical.
That isn't what we're looking for? It's not haunted, is it?
It's not what, dear?
Haunted?
No, don't
No,
think so.
people do have that trouble.
20 down and 60 to go, and we go to Buddy Haunted. Hackett.
Yeah. Is this something to do with the inside of your house?
Yes.
Is it got to do with one specific room in the house?
No.
It got to do with the whole inside of your house?
Yes.
Is the house decorated in such a strange fashion that was something we would be interested in?
Yes.
Is the house decorated with a certain type of thing?
Yes.
Is the whole house made out of cobwebs?
No. Not a haunted house, Webs.
That's 40 down. You got some great ideas. And 40 to go, and we go to Bess Myerson.
No. This decoration, Mrs. Curtis, is it the interior in terms of walls rather than furniture?
If you listen to what you said, the answer is really no.
No. So it has to do with the furnishings of the house.
Yes.
Are they extremely old?
No.
Are they in...
60 down and 20 to go, and we're up to an are they. Billy, you want to take it from there?
Well, from what you said to what Beth said, does it have to do with the walls and the furnishing?
Yes.
Yes.
Are they identical? The covering over the walls and the furnishings, whatever covering.
Yes.
Gee, if we were playing another game, I'd say you were warm.
Oh, that's a good game.
Like the symbol.
Did you make them all yourself?
No.
Are they unusual, like
Maybe the skins
Yes.
of animals.
skins of animals, maybe?
They're unusual.
Well, I'm sorry, that's $80. I'm glad for you, Mrs. Curtis. Pal, do you ever have a problem of your old newspapers?
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding.
Oh,
The furniture in the house itself, of which we have a picture here, these outside walls are all old newspapers, 250, what is it,
215.
215 leaves
Thicknesses.
thick. The roof, of course, is wood to keep the rain out, and some upright 2x4s and 2 doors are wood. Everything else is paper. Now, Mrs. Curtis, I have to ask you, of course, why?
Why? My uncle made it as a hobby just to see what could be done with the paper, to prove that it was strong enough to use.
It's an old newspaper, if I didn't say
Well, do you
newspaper.
ever just sit around a newspaper and read the house?
By gosh, you can do that. Now, you're anticipating a little. One other little fact we want to get in here is that I asked Mrs. Curtis before, her uncle used over 100,000 newspapers, that is, full issues, to make this. Now, of course, we couldn't bring the whole house in, but we could bring in quite a bit of the furniture. Mrs. Curtis was very lovely about it. We did bring it, and so if we open the curtains, we can get a look at it. Open curtains, please. I have to show you. This is just all fantastic, and I want you to know this is very
Look
powerful.
at Colonel Lindbergh, it says on there.
Right, I'm going to show you. See, these are tightly rolled newspapers, all the same thickness. They've been lacquered, isn't it? Varnished over. And he did make a point of leaving headlines so that you could read them.
Wonderful.
Isn't it? In every
Dolls up in
direction.
honor of Lindbergh.
You see that?
That's wonderful.
Isn't that remarkable? Now, where do you see, though? Here, this is...
Goes way far back, 'cause that says Moses praise.
It doesn't go back that far.
No.
This, of course, old radio. There's an old Atwater Kent in there. There's a lamp. Now, you've got to see the grandfather's clock. Can we get in on that? It's made of the front part. The newspapers from 48 state capitals are in there. I'm sure you can see some of it. It's all practical. I mean, you know, the chair holds up, the thing rocks and stuff. And we're wasting a lot of time. Mrs. Curtis, I have some stuff here. If you'll make me a little chair or something. Thank you very much. You've been very We'll meet our star contestant or guest or whatever in just a minute. First, there's a very interesting message for you. This record, that's gold. And it was sent over tonight to be presented to our special guest for selling not 1, but 2 million copies of Big John. Here's Jimmy Dean. $2 million, eh?
Yeah, it's kind of nice, isn't it?
Yeah, that's lovely. That's an awful lot of records, too. That's a real bag full, isn't it? 2 million?
Well, it's a lot of records, and it seems to me that anytime you write about a character like Casey Jones or John Henry or Big Bad John, there's a great deal of interest in characters like this.
Go ahead. 2 million. No, I was just thinking 2 million. I know, they're interesting characters. I just happen to have a song here about
You
some
run
characters.
into song pluggers in the darndest places. Did you notice that?
I'll tell you something now. You sold 2 million, huh? How about that? Yeah. Huh?
Big Bill?
That's Big Bill Cullen, see? And after I finish that one, there you got Big Betsy, Big Buddy.
Oh, this is real class.
Big Bess, huh?
Yeah, they...
Oh, we're
Hey,
gonna make a... We're going to make a fortune of money on this.
Whoa. You've got one line, but there's no rhyming line in between here.
Yeah, I know. Well, the panel is going to fill those in.
Oh?
You'll be glad to know, panel.
That's
It's
nice.
very simple. It's very simple. And this is the way these things are born. This is from the folk heart of the people.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, isn't it?
Sure,
Right,
yeah.
this is stuff. You make this stuff up, and it becomes immortal, and we all get rich, right? Now, panel, I know you're nervous, and you don't feel secure, and you don't think it's going to work. It will. Now, I'll show you.
2, 4, 6, 8 million records.
8 million.
And
We got it made.
All right.
Now, Jimmy, we're going to demonstrate how you do it, panel. You sing a line, sing 2 lines, and leave me spaces. I'll fix some
Well,
stuff in there.
could we get the orchestra to give us
Get
a
the
little
orchestra.
vamp type
Go,
thing?
get the orchestra.
I'll do the first verse, and you're going to do what they're going to do.
I'm going to do
right?
what you're going to do, and I'll show you how easy it is.
Howdy. Big John, Big John, a big bad John, Big John. You ready?
I'm always ready.
Every morning at the mine, you could see him arrive.
You may think he's dead, but he's... No, wait a minute. Give it to me again.
I think you just gave it to me. I don't know. Every morning at the mine, you could see him arrive.
You may think he's dead. You may think he's half dead, but he's half alive. I don't have to defeat there to meet her.
Don't do it like that, pal.
That's wrong. See,
All right,
it'll be easy for you.
Kind of broad at the shoulder and narrow at the hip.
He's the kind of man who can give you the slip.
If you do it like that, we got more troubles than the centipede with fallen arches. You know that? Huh? All right.
I'm counting on you to save us all.
All right, now I'll tell you what. We'll get the audience in on this. The first one is Sweet Bess. You want to help me out with the chorus on it? You know the chorus of it? All right? Sweet Bess, Sweet Bess, sweet, sweet Bess. Thanks a lot. If I can ever do anything for you, forget it. All right?
Hey, I'm with you.
All right. Bill, the first one is yours.
Thanks a lot.
All right.
If I can do anything for you, forget it.
All right. Now, this is about Bess, all right? She went to a contest in Atlantic City.
With what?
Went to a contest in Atlantic City. A lot of words. I didn't write this.
And the way she came out, it was sure a pity.
I'm sure glad you didn't give me that one.
You may wind up with your head cracked, but it rhymes, I'll say that. The next one's yours, Betsy, all right? Now, she plays piano and she plays the flute.
When you hear her...
Take it easy there, girl.
She plays
piano, and she plays the flute.
And when she plays a romp, she really can toot.
Very good. Buddy?
Yeah, Jim.
I'll never get through it.
I don't know how to be funny in meter. I don't know.
All right. She stands 6 foot tall and her stocking feet.
I wish I was near. I'd be so sweet.
And in meter.
And in meter.
He didn't get out.
And in the meter.
Didn't even
I
drop
said
a
I
beat.
wish I was nearer. I'd be so sweet. I mean, when you're standing there in your stocking feet, a little round man up next to you, I tell you, would surely be a treat. Yeah. Big bet. Big bet.
We can just throw this away.
Yes, big bet.
We can throw this away. You completed the song. This endures, all right?
Bessie, this is
ready?
I will.
Yeah, all right, here we go. She just got married thanks to old man Cupid.
See, she was pretty smart. Everybody thought she was stupid.
All right, let's get on. We won't do the chorus because the audience wouldn't help. Will you help me this time with Big Bill? You ready? Big Bill. Good. Big Bill. Big Bad Bill. Now, see there? That's finer than snuff and not half as dusty. All right, here we go. Now, he came from Pittsburgh, Big Bad Bill. And this is yours, Betsy.
All right.
Ready? You want me to do it again?
Yes, please.
Well, he came from Pittsburgh, Big Bad Bill.
You may think he's small, but he's really a big pill.
You ever see 4 good friends turn into enemies just on account of one little... All right.
One big happy family.
Buddy, this is yours. Well, he gives away prizes on The Price is Right.
I wish he'd give me best, and I'd go back to the first one without a fright.
All right, Bess, this is yours. When it comes to ad-libbing, he can talk up a stone.
Storm. It comes out all right. Sometimes it sounds like corn. It doesn't quite rhyme.
Boy,
Storm, very
they're
bad.
tearing you up like a patch of new ground. Here's your turn to get even, all right?
All right.
Oh. Bill likes machines and he loves to tinker.
Well, there's only one word. And everyone who's commented on him tonight is a stinker.
It's kind of fun. All right, you want to go to Sweet Bets, audience? Wait, Bets. All right, here we go. Sweet Bets. Sweet Bets. Sweet Bets. First one's yours, buddy, all right? I got out of rhythm myself. Now, some think she looks like the girl next door.
I think she does, and I want some more. Big bet! Big bet!
He hadn't gotten out of rhythm one time, and he's rhymed every one of them. Bloom, 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 like this. Bess?
We're feeding him lines, yeah?
Oh, I'm giving him all the good lines?
I got one.
Yeah.
Big Bad Jim, here's a very sad rhyme. The big bad clock says we're out of time.
That's quite all right. I've had fun tonight, and I wish I could think of something that rhymes with that. Looks like I could, doesn't it?
Jimmy Dean, thank you. Buddy Hackett, thank you so much. Gary, we'll be back next week. I thank you. Mother, thank you.
When the clock strikes 12, enter a strange realm of dark secrets and heroic triumphs.
He just won $1 million!
Where fortune hunters of today
You're driving me crazy!
live side by side with creatures from another time. Late nights on GSN, Monday through Friday when the clock strikes 12.
Sounds like...
Get in the fun.
Get in the... Broadway musical. Get in the
Get in, lady.
Run.
Run.
Watermelon.